Good evening, everybody. It is Monday, March 30th, 2026 at 6:02 PM. With a quorum being present, I'll call to order the Freetown Board of Selectmen meeting. Tonight's meeting will be recorded and will be available on the town's YouTube page. We're going to jump right off into agenda item 1 here. This is discussion and vote whether to approve the open session minutes from 3/2/2026 and 3/5/2026. Any discussion on that?
No, everything looked good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Hey, guys. Carl. Sorry. No, sorry. All right, no problem. So with that, I will entertain a motion to approve the open session minutes from 3/2/2026 to 3/5/2026.
Motion made.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Agenda item 2, discussion and vote whether to approve the entertainment on a Sunday license request for Lakeside Festival on May 24th, 2026. Anyone want to be a Grinch here and try this?
Depends, we getting any tickets this year?
No.
No.
Very standard.
We're all good?
Yes.
sir.
Okay, so with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve the entertainment on a Sunday license request for the Lakeside Festival on 5/24/2026.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Agenda item 3, discussion and vote whether to approve the mixtape request event application for 4/12/2026 bicycle event using Freetown roads, Freetown roads. And is it, you got folks here for that? Yep. Great. So, I guess first, want to just talk a little bit about the event, just so for the public to hear about it? I know this is not the first time we've done this, so.
Yeah, sure. So we've taken, him specifically, taken over the event from the former promoter, Mike O'Connell. So we're running the show now. We're using mostly pre-existing calls that he has with, maybe some of our own influence, but mostly standard stuff that he's been using over the years. Some of the corners will have Marshall. He could say,
Awesome. And this is a mountain biking in the forest?
yeah, gravel bike,
Gravel
mountain
bike,
bike type
okay.
thing, yeah.
Great. I guess, Chief, any concerns on your end?
This event has been going on for a number of years. It's been well-run. From our point of view, it's nothing more than been supportive, and hope we just pray that nobody gets hurt,
Yes,
right?
of course.
I think occasionally we do get some people that get banged up out there, but nothing that over serious. But well-run event, no problems on our end.
All right, great. And then if anyone at home wants to, check it out online, like, is there a website or?
What would you say the best channel is? It's
Um,
mostly promoted through our cycling clubs, social media and whatnot, and then there's a page where you would sign up for the event called Bike Reg.
Yep.
And that basically gives all the details to it.
All right, great. So I mountain bike a good amount in the Freetown State Forest. So the only concern, like, I don't know how you mitigate this, but like the dirt bikers are always a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Is
yeah.
that you guys?
I mean, there's
it's well marked, right?
Yeah, it's well marked. It's a GPS route, and we typically stay off the motorcycle stuff. At one point, we do dip over to the ledge, which is
Yep.
where the motorcycles. But over the years, I don't think we've had much of a problem.
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. Nice thing is you can hear them coming. So
Yeah, they're usually respectful when they see another rider and stuff.
yeah. That's by my experience as well. So. All right, great. Any other questions?
No, great event.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Yeah.
Dropping breadcrumbs.
Easter eggs.
Okay. You need that. All right, so with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve mixtape request for event application for 4/12/2026 for a bicycle event using the Freetown roads.
A motion made.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
All right, moving on to agenda item 4, this discussion and vote whether to approve the following donations. So A through D on the agenda. Susan Hayes in the sum of $50 to the Council on Aging for AARP taxes. Paul Condon in the sum of $50 to the Council on Aging for AARP taxes. Copart in support of the annual Earth Day cleanup in the sum of $500. And PR Russell in support of the annual Earth Day cleanup in the sum of $100. Any issues with taking these donations?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone.
Yep, thank you very much. We appreciate the generosity. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve donations A through D listed in agenda item 4.
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm going way too fast. We have a big gap here. I did not eat dinner before the agenda today, so you know how I cruise
Get
through.
some snacks.
All right. Agenda item 5, discussion and revote on the request that the school committee conduct a additional audit in compliance for, additional audit for the years 2022 through 2025. So this is something that, in addition to the audit that's already taking place, we voted as a board a couple years ago now to have an additional audit because there were some potential irregularities at one point. The audit has not taken place yet. I know that the Lakeville Board have recently re-voted on it, just because the time has been so long between the original vote and now. And so that's kind of the background here. I'm not sure if there's any kind of,
Yeah, the only other
Thoughts?
thing is that there was an issue, the reason why it hadn't been done yet was because of the difficulty of coming up with an exact scope and how we would go about it, right? And I know you were on that committee before me, you guys were having that issue, we still currently had that issue, we're much closer now.
there was also lots of turnover on the board
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah,
That
so-
board,
Yeah,
the regional financial subcommittee.
Yeah.
So that kind of also, I think, kicked the can a little bit on it.
absolutely, yeah, no, and, so I do think that there was some questioning whether or not it still needed to be done, and then, so we decided that everyone should bring, it was decided, and say it was decided to be back in front of each board to make sure it's something they still wanted to do.
Yeah. I mean, from my perspective, I don't think anything's materially changed.
Right.
Absolutely
There
not.
hasn't, like, I don't see the harm in, except for the additional financial expense to the towns for conducting it.
Right. And to their credit, they've also done their annual assessment this year, their annual report, and from all accounts, it looks like, from their opinion, everything looks fine, which is great. I think the additional look at the numbers going in and going out for both towns would be a good way to make sure that everything is going the right way, to assure our residents from both both sides that nothing's wrong. Again, we're not alleging anything is wrong, but we want to make sure that we keep an eye on it.
Yeah, and I think that my thoughts on this audit is specifically, it's a retrospective audit. Like, we know that since management has changed there, the audits of those years have been clean, and there's been no issues with that. I think it's kind of that retrospective to make sure that everything is above board historically.
Correct.
Yes, I agree. It was something that we were asked from the residents to do. We heard it loud and clear from a lot of people, and I would not feel comfortable backing away from it at this point, so.
Okay. All right, so with that, I'll entertain a motion to have a additional independent audit for the fiscal years 2022 through 2025.
A motion made?
I second that motion.
We're recommending that the school committee do it. We can't.
Okay,
we
sorry.
can't-
I'll
We
restate
can't ask
that.
them, yeah, so it's just a revote to request that the school committee conduct. So it's a request of the school committee.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion that we request the school committee to conduct a secondary independent audit for fiscal years 2022 through 2025.
Motion made?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do we know how Lakeville voted on that, by the way?
They voted again to re-vote it. It was a little, I asked them for the language so we could mirror it, but it was a little confusing, so. But they did vote to have it.
They voted to also recommend to
Yeah.
the school committee. Okay, great.
Gotcha.
Okay. Agenda item 6, discussion and vote whether to approve the quote from Patrol PC for water sewer computers. And I don't have that numbers in front of me.
It's $14,376.39.
14,000?
These are like Rhino computers that go in the trucks.
Yep. Assuming this is something we need.
You have water sewer commissioners here.
Yeah, so any thoughts on this?
Outfit on 2 trucks
Yep.
this year, so they can have information right online as to where things, where things are.
Yep.
We like to spend the money,
Awesome. And I'm assuming that money will come out of the revolving fund?
There was article money at the town
Oh, yeah,
meeting.
that's right, I do remember that. Okay. And seems reasonable to me?
Right. Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve the quote from Patrol PC for water sewer computers.
Motion made?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Agenda item 7, discussion and vote updated associated costs and next steps for the combined Council on Aging and Library building. Deb?
I'm not sure that we need a vote tonight, but while I was on vacation, we got updated numbers for the budget for the COA combined building. If you remember correctly, we set a budget at $15 million of town money. We were able to secure a $10 million grant for the library, giving us a total budget of $25 million. Unfortunately, the building came in at $31 million and change. We are vigorously meeting with the architects and the OPMs, trying to see if there's a way to get the budget down. I have reviewed the budget numbers with Matt, the town accountant, and there really is no way for us to get to the $31 million number. We would have to borrow in excess of $10 million. And that would have to happen at the next town meeting in June. And there would be a ballot question that would go along with that. And I don't know how much we've really, promoted the building. And I think it's gonna take a lot of people by surprise. And we've always been working on this building that it wasn't gonna raise taxes, that we were gonna be able to borrow whatever borrowings within tax levy, up to like $5 million was what we had in mind. That's still the case if we can get the building, if we can get the cost down, if we can get more grant funding, which I actively am pursuing. I did file for a congressional monies, and I'll continue to do that. So I just wanted to give the board the update that you understood that unfortunately this came in way over budget about, if you remember back in November, we had numbers that were presented at $23 million for the combined building, and it came in at 31. So there's a $7 or $8 million deficit that I don't quite know. There's no way for me to get it. And faced with, the tightening of the budget, the school increase, I don't know that it's not prudent to borrow more than the $5 million that we've been planning all along.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see more of this. We're actively working. There's a COA Library Committee meeting this week. We're trying to get more grants. We're trying to get the cost down, but you're gonna see this is gonna start to be very much in the limelight. So I wanted the board to understand what was going on with the project. But we did get, I think they're voting on the grant Thursday, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a $10 million grant, so it's difficult to walk away from. You know how I feel about grant funding, and thank you to everybody who's worked really hard to get us to this point, but unfortunately, somewhere along the line, the project, as they do sometimes, took a life of its own, and it's a little bit more than what we can afford at this time. Prices have changed, and
So I remember some of the early meetings we had, I think this was even before it was a COA library, just on the library side of it. I remember like the conversation being, you have to build it to certain specs to meet the requirements as a library, so then you can get the funding.
Yes.
Which was one of those kind of silly things that you have to spend more money to get more grant money in order to meet the criteria. Do we think that this is related to like us having additional kind of spaces and
So I think-
programs just to?
Yes, and I think when you analyze it, right, it ends up being almost a 15,000 square foot library building. If you analyze, okay, we take 10 million grant away and then we have this amount of money, like, it ends up being like a 5,000 square foot library. So the added square footage that you're required to put in to meet the requirements, you almost get the money for that from the state. Of course, there's always added expenses in operating the building. I've estimated those as well. But definitely, the MBLC requires a much bigger building than I think we might have built otherwise.
Yeah.
But of course, $10 million is a lot of money that they're willing to give us. So the official vote will happen Thursday. They're well aware that we're up against it financially, as I think other towns are too. And And we're looking, there are some things that we can cut, like some of the parking areas, that will have a direct deduction, but I don't know where we're gonna get $7 million. They're working on it. So I'll keep you informed. I don't think there's really a vote at this time that needs to happen. There will be a warrant article that comes before you to borrow money, and that, at that time, I think that will be when you vote to move the warrant article forward or not. Maybe there will be multiple warrant articles. I was on vacation, so I haven't had 100% time to really figure out where we're going. I'm waiting for people to get back to me to see if we can't make this happen.
And hopefully get them to come back with some better numbers, right? You're saying in general, that hopefully get this number down a
Yeah,
little?
hopefully they can come up with ideas to cut and where we can cut and how we can do it and keep the grant.
Right.
And not compromise the senior center portion of the building.
That's the balance that we're looking for, because the grant itself is also at stake, because our June 1st meeting is June 1st, and to have a revote on that would have to be 35 days later. The grant expires June 30th. So we get voted on this week for the $10.2 million in grant from MBLC, but then if we don't vote it in June 1st, it's really the one shot we have at it. So it is up to the OPM at the moment. Debbie did a masterful meeting on Friday. We hammered them. We asked a million questions, and we were firm. We told them this is our top dollar amount that we were comfortable spending. They came in over. I think they felt the wrath of Debbie Petty that day, and absolutely, that's her job, and she's going to continue doing so. Hopefully, the numbers go down, and this continues moving forward. But as the residents voted for last town meeting, pursue the grant. We did. $10.2 million was what came out of it, and that was based on what the programming was needed for Freetown and their library. So,
Yeah, and I think, so this building, how much was this building again?
Of the 31 this building that we're in right now?
Yeah, just for context and
I think it was
reference.
around 12 and a half million.
So we're talking 31 million for this other building, and then,
Double the size of this building.
yeah, it's just we know that the total cost is a great indicator of the upkeep costs.
correct.
So that's just something else to keep in mind, but at the same time, we know our town needs both these buildings.
Yeah.
So we're in a bit of a pickle.
I think the annual maintenance will be about $250,000.
250,000?
Yes, and I haven't honestly looked at what we're paying currently to give you the offset, but obviously we're not paying that much for the buildings that we have.
Yeah,
But we,
but we do have to pay for the ongoing maintenance, right?
yeah,
There's no,
I mean, we definitely need a new library with plumbing.
running water is really nice.
So I think that the message that I've tried to send is that we are definitely need a new building. We're not aborting that. We need a new building. It just may not be this building that's in the program currently. But we need a new building. We got to keep moving forward. Hopeful that the architects can shave some money off. Maybe I can get a grant. I have applied. I'm going to apply for a second one. Maybe it will all come together. It seems to keep coming together just when we think it's not going
Yeah.
to. So I'm still
Oh.
hopeful.
I totally agree with that.
A persistent board and committee.
Oh, yep.
You said there was going to be a vote on Thursday?
The MBLC is voting Thursday
MBLC is going to.
whether to give us officially the grant, but I don't expect us not to get the grant.
Yeah, again, goes back to the whole MBTA thing, where it looked like it was dead, and then
Revived it.
I was the last person in the world to expect us to vote that way, we did, and so now it's back alive, so,
I think if Debbie can pull off getting this cost down to what was originally planned, I think it would have a very good chance of passing.
I agree,
If it doesn't get down to that, I don't think it's going to pass.
it's a big number,
Yeah, we agree with you that, Paul.
Yeah.
We agree with you.
yeah.
I persuaded the best I could to the people who needed to hear that.
She did. I can attest to that. Yeah, and for context, it's not just a library, although people have been asking for that for 30, 40 years, all right? It's also the Council of Aging that people have been asking for, a bigger building for 30, 40 years. And also a meeting room, auditorium-like area for that, so that we can get elections out of the schools, have town meetings there, warming shelters. So there is a piece of it for every demographic, per se, in town, right? So it is needed. It's been asked for, and here we are. So now we have to make some decisions coming up in the next couple of months.
Yeah, and we have this room, which is great, but we also, like, I mean, we know we run into scheduling issues all the time because this is a popular room to use. It's the only one that has this kind of technology and this kind of, ability. So I think as the town grows and changes, like, having more spaces of this nature would be great, so. All right, so no vote on that,
I don't think you need to
but
vote,
I
no.
appreciate the information. So we're gonna move on to Personnel Board.
All right, that's me. All right. Item agenda number 8, discussion and vote to establish the season's pay rates for parking control officer, seasonal beach, and boat ramp manager positions. A, discussion and vote whether to approve. Well, let's talk about that first, I guess. So what are you guys thinking? Over the last couple of years, we have increased that number. I think right now it's sitting at $18 an hour. Right?
It's been 18 and.
18 change?
It's been higher.
So every year, we seem to go back and forth of how many people we need, and not to mention getting the people actually to, not just apply, but actually come to work. So are you folks thinking,
There's no bites yet?
No.
Didn't we just vote on updating this to 20 to something?
It's the $18 an hour is what we have posted. We've put it on several different locations, which are listed in your packet. It went in the town's website, Mass Hire, Facebook, Town Hall, Libraries, Police Department, Fire Department, Council on Aging. It was posted to Handshake, which is an employment system for local colleges. I emailed the counseling department head at Aponequet Regional High School and sent it out to all department heads to share with their teams. So I'm not sure where else I can go.
right?
But the seasonal manager was listed 22 to 25, and the parking control officers were 18.
Over the years, we've had high school students as well as college students. So we were lucky then, but it seems like this year we have to cast our net a little bit wider. So, or we wait. That could be a discussion. We keep waiting until as possible second, but the season's upon us. I'd rather have that in place ahead of time so that we can train them on everything from the training from the police that they get to the kiosk training, scheduling, depending if we can get a manager. So it's quite a bit that happens there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely comfortable going up with the number, but,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, why don't, I think the number needs to begin with a 2, right?
Yeah.
Like, it can't go into the teens. I think it needs to start 20.
should we just shift everything? So if we say like, so the citation officer was 18, right?
Correct.
So if we say, put that up to, say, let's just throw a number out there to 22?
Okay.
The only question would be is how much, do we have any idea like what we look like numbers wise with that? At the end, obviously, we're collecting money from the kiosk, but
We've been break even pretty much the last couple of years.
Yeah, definitely. We've had a little bit of money left. Whatever comes in from the kiosk goes into the revolving fund, and we just pick what number we need for the next year. We would have to increase that number, obviously.
yeah. Well, then,
Increase the
so
fee
it's
we're
not like,
paying, or fee we're charging.
No,
We can do that, though, as long as it's.
I don't think they're gonna let us anymore.
we're the highest.
We're the
that they-
highest in the state.
And they won't let us, yeah. We already tried.
We'd have to increase what we're
So-
pulling from the
So
revolving
as
fund.
long as we're not operating in a high red area already before we do that, then I'm okay with going to 22. I mean, we gotta do something to try and
Yeah.
incentivize people to come, because if not, we'll be at the point where we'll just have no one there, but then it falls on these fine gentlemen in the back row over here, and which isn't fair to them, so, I'm comfortable with 22.
Yeah, I'm okay with 22.
22 for the citation.
The citations.
And then, I mean, I guess then that means if we bump them 4, then do we bump the other position $4 and go 26 to 29? Right, for the manager?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go 26 to 29, I don't know. I mean, that might be a little
Well, depending on the staff that we receive. So if we had multiple staff members, you would definitely want somebody as a manager and like a vice manager, or, because sometimes people do go on vacation. It is summertime. People don't want to sit there the entire day at the beach. And we understand that, but we also need someone there. And I definitely don't want Debbie or Luann there every single day, because they have a life as well.
You won't be there.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I don't
we'll
know.
be
I mean,
there.
what do you guys think? I don't know about if that's pushing that position too high, but I was just saying for reason of clarity, to go 4 on one, we might as well go 4 on the other to keep the gap the same. I don't-
Yeah, I would go for 4. I think 26 is high enough on that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you know anybody out there in YouTube world, please let us know. All right, so that said, we'll set the pay rates for the park control officer at $22 an hour and the seasonal boat ramp manager at $26 an hour.
Make that motion?
I will second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Discussion and vote whether to approve the appointment of Nancy Durfee as Serped Commission member effective 5/31/2026 through 6/1/2027. I assume she knows she's being nominated?
So she's already on there.
Right, this is just a reappointment for her, so if no comments, issues, or concerns, we'll appoint her. All right, that said, entertain a motion to appoint Nancy Durfee as Serped Commission member effective 5/31/2026 through 6/1/2027.
I'll make that motion.
I will second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, congrats, Nancy.
Oh, we actually did really good on time.
Yeah, we did.
Masters.
Signatures. And then you
Yeah, I'll do
guys
some
can
sig-
start here.
Control officer on it?
How's everybody doing?
This is the last
Oh,
thing.
after a
she's
while, it's like riding a bike,
signing,
you know?
Trevor.
For the Lakeside Festival?
This is the last signatures for Trevor.
Actually, I wonder how many I've done.
I don't know.
Tens of thousands. This is all 3 of us, right?
Correct.
What did we want him to sign and sign off on?
Hasn't
that?
gotten any
We didn't get in
better, my
trouble for it.
signature. Still
No,
bad.
Trevor did.
See,
Just me?
just you on that one. Circuit appointment.
I expect this to be on Nancy's wall next time I go in her office.
I will tell her, that's her circuit appointment, just you.
Okay.
I'm sure she's excited.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
We'll get the hallway folks that are,
Oh, they in there.
there are people in the hallway.
I was gonna say, there's gonna be a lot of desserts for me if nobody comes.
Jeez.
Chuck's in the room.
Yeah.
Do we have like a thing to do?
This is in the back.
I don't know if the reps brought him one, brought them one. We don't. It's just more of a acknowledgement and a thank you kind of thing. We do when we get to the.
I didn't see the faces for a while. You're like, oh, yeah. You work here.
No, but it's okay.
Well, good day, sir. Good of you.
Nice. Guys having fun?
Oh, look, we got a lot of good people.
Yeah.
Reps are coming up.
Know the game plan?
Thank you, likewise. That's Fred. How are you again? Likewise.
So we're gonna go up and.
Hello?
Thank you.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so we're gonna open with that.
We're gonna open with that one?
You have to have the equipment, yes, for the police accreditation. They do, they have a citation. Hey, how are you? Good. Got a little tan for it? A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, they have one for the accreditation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Said you did. Yes. It's okay.
Brought my bag so I can stuff it with cookies later.
Removing my tripping hazard.
I'm good. What?
You said you were gonna leave the clapping.
I am in charge of clapping.
No, in theory, we could make Trevor stay up here for a couple hours, because we could just not close the meeting.
You gonna break it back?
All right.
Break it up. Right, so they're all in order for you. Okay, thanks.
Hello? Thank you everyone for joining. So I'm going to start off tonight by just first congratulating the Freetown Police Department on their accreditation, on meeting their Massachusetts Police accreditation. And I think Carol Filla has a citation for that.
It's Rep. Willett and I, as well as Senator Roderick's office, have it, and we want to.
We're going to kick off with that, then we'll go into the Blizzard stuff. So Chief, would
So
you?
Chief, it's a
Sorry.
big deal getting recredited.
Yes.
You have to go through a lot of hoops, right? You have
Yes,
to-
we've been involved in the program for over 20 years. We started back in 2006 under the, direction of Carlton Abbott. He set the foundation for us. Since then, we've been in compliance and maintaining not only certification, but onto the bigger award of accreditation. If you can imagine, there's over 360 law enforcement agencies in the state. There are 250 of those agencies a part of this program. This program sets the professional standards of law enforcement agencies. And out of those 258 law enforcement agencies, only 121 of us are accredited. It's something it's not easy to achieve. A lot of departments do struggle with it. But once you set that foundation and those professional standards that we have been maintaining, like I said, for the past 20 years, we're very proud of it. It puts us really in a good spot to the public and showing what we're really made of here as a law enforcement agency.
And because
Thank
of
you,
that, myself and Rep. Willett, who represent together Freetown, all of Freetown, and of course, Senator Roderick's office, Maureen Flanagan here, we wanted to let you know that we appreciate the work you do, not only to be accredited, but every day, to keep the people of Freetown safe, and so we're very appreciative. So if
Yeah,
you
we got a
come
picture.
forward, I don't know if you all want to say something more. Want to get in the middle, please?
Oh, sure.
Chief and Trevor, right there. So this is presented to you and the police department for your fine work and reaccreditation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, you guys can stay, I think I'll have you guys stay up here. We're gonna go now and thank the different department heads for their efforts during the 2026 blizzard. So, we know that the town did an amazing job. I think everyone, stepped up to the plate and did what they had to do, and we survived. And personally, I felt the effects of this just by driving through other towns and coming to Freetown. You could see a noticeable difference on the quality of the roads and how we responded to that. So first, I'd like to bring up Chuck Macumber from the Freetown Police Department. Oh, sorry, Freetown. I read the wrong one.
Chuck, here you
It's my
go.
last name. For that, Freetown Highway Department. Like, then I almost gave you the one for the fire. This really screwed up here.
That's what I'd rather have. Thank you very much.
If you want to stand in the middle.
Well, I will stand any way you want me.
And then,
Let's see him with the badging then.
Well, Doug, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you only have one
Didn't get
hand,
any
so.
complaint calls from Freetown, but let me tell you, Fall River had a lot. So you were very lucky.
Beautiful.
Expect
I
us
don't
to
know if
be
you wanna-
in your office hanging out?
Absolutely. Thank you very much. On behalf of the team.
So, have them said, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next up, we're going to have the, let me see if I get this one right. The Freetown Fire Department, led by Chief Harry Ashley Jr.
Real hero.
I agree.
That's important.
If you folks want to stand from the Highway Department, from the, oh, geez, I did it again. Too many departments.
Be careful,
Fire
you're gonna place
department.
you.
I know.
The highway or the fire department? Right there?
We got the fire department.
Fire department.
Fire department, sorry.
That was the
Come on,
highway
guys.
department.
We've got a few more tries, we'll be all right.
Chief. This to you all, and you got yours with Trevor. We got them all here. Why don't you hold a citation?
Sure.
Make you look
All your
skinny.
loot here. There you go. Congratulations.
There you go. I'm no Vanna White, but there you go.
All right. Let's see if I get this one right.
As I was just taking a sip, I almost spit it out.
Next, we'll have the,
Can I
yeah,
just-
please.
I want to say just one thing about this tonight. All the people that are in this room, we signed up for this, right? This is what we do. The people that deserve this recognition are our families that were home, making do. We always leave them at the worst time. We come home when the work's done. Us old guys, yeah, our family's used to that, but we got a lot of young blood in here that wife's home, children are home, they're making do without us there. So those are the people that deserve the citations and the thanks. A lot more than that.
So next up, the Freetown Police Department, led by Chief Scott Rose. Nailed it.
The math was in your favor.
And with the folks from the police department, please stand up as well. Thank you, Chief.
Oh, sure, break things.
Thank you.
Same with the rep. That way we kind of send it out. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks again. Great job.
The men and women that you see in the police uniform, they make me look good. They do all the heavy lifting, but Sergeant Ashley, can I have you stand up? These guys work the blizzard in this uniform. When you're walking through 30 inches of snow, it's not very convenient. But I feel for them. They marched through. They rose to the challenge. They did a great job. So from me to you, thank you.
Up next, we're going to have the Freetown Public Safety Dispatchers, led by Signal Operator Margaret Dwyer.
Well, you had to have a lot of calls in those days. When are you coming to plow? When are you?
I was listening to the dispatch, and I remember, like, someone was like, you got to take a break. Like, it was just nonstop, so.
Thank you so much for what you did.
Thank you.
Keeping that back on behalf of us. Thank you.
I just wanted to thank my crew, especially. Sometimes we get left out of things, and it's nice to have that separate recognition from the other departments. The 5 that worked all those days, the 5 that stayed on, we had several that stayed over. I just want to say thank you. They really, really, really worked hard, and I appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
right, next, we have the Freetown Facilities Department, led by Building Commissioner Carl Brazzaro.
Congratulations. Did you have to keep all the equipment going? and
Yeah,
all
we'll keep
the-
it going. So I just want to mention a couple of words. So on that night, we're coming out here, my wife goes, well, what are you going to Freetown for? That's what we do, as department heads, as employees and stuff. So that's what we do. So we trudge from the cushion, get here, and find, why am I doing this? I know why I'm doing this. I go by the police, I see Chief Rose on a piece of equipment moving snow. I go by the fire station, firemen outside. We're all pulling together. There was no unions, there was no, it's just, we got to get out of this. So we all came together. I'm so proud of that, and this is why we do it for a small town. We do it because that's what we do. We want to get everybody safe, and so we all came out, and I'm glad to be a part of this team, and I'm very proud of this town for showing up when you had to. Made a big difference in people's lives. Thank you. Great job.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Well,
everyone.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have Freetown Council on Aging, led by Council on Aging Director Rebecca Frias.
I don't really have any words. Really?
Well, we
I
know
swear.
you had a uniquely difficult situation, dealing with our senior population, who are especially vulnerable. We know that there was lots of situations where folks, just couldn't get out of their house and were stuck, and, we know that, you helped in that situation a lot, so I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
All this?
You've done a
Very
great
much.
job. Thank you.
We were doing this.
Any of you seniors out there, she runs a great
Certainly does.
church next door.
All right, and finally, I'd like to call up Town Administrator Deb Petty. Surprise!
Someone's in trouble.
Deb, you did an amazing job coordinating with all these different departments throughout this entire ordeal. I think that we all, owe you a lot of thanks for your hard work, and we really appreciate everything you've done. So thank you very much.
Really appreciate it.
You organized these, so we'll pretend this one's for you.
That's fine, thank you.
And if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
Great, thank you. Well, I'm Maureen Flanagan, and I represent Senator Rodrick, who wants to say congratulations and wishes that he could be here, but it's my honor to be able to be at these events, and this one in particular, getting to know all of you over the last 4 years, and I know how hard everybody works and how committed you are, and the incredible work that you've done, not only in the blizzard, but at the COA, and great plans for the future, and how you all come together is just wonderful to experience on a regular basis. But from the Senator's office, he has composed a letter, which will be given to each of the department heads, but it's intended to be able to be copied and put into every employee's folder to acknowledge that, of the incredible work that you've done, and to say thank you. So I'm just going to read one letter. Everybody got the same letter, but you've earned that in your employee file, and that goes a long way for whatever you are planning in the future. So please accept my sincere appreciation and gratitude in recognition of the exemplary service you rendered to the town of Freetown during the historic blizzard of 2026. Your selfless actions, commandeering plows, operating sanders and salters, and the efforts police, fire, and ambulance first responders who answered the call to duty during this unprecedented storm will not be forgotten. For over 36 hours, you enabled the town to maintain emergency and basic municipal services, battling a weather event of such ferocity that many of us had not witnessed for a very long time. Thousands were snowed in, many without power, owe you a debt of gratitude for helping the community recover and get back on track. Of particular significance are those who connected and reassured our more vulnerable residents, some living alone, that you had their back. Again, thank you for your heroic service during the blizzard of 2026. I'm so proud and honored to represent the town of Freetown, where uncommon service is a common virtue. Signed by your state senator, Michael Rodrigues. Congratulations and thank you again.
You guys-
Done? Nope, we're good. We-
Okay, all right, so we have some gifts for all the individuals who helped out during the blizzard in the back. I'm not sure exactly who and how we're going to coordinate getting those to everybody, but they are back there in some kind of organized fashion. And we also have cookie and coffee, so please help yourself. Thank you very much.
Of everyone,
Yeah.
So we want to get pictures of everybody from each department with the reps and Maureen and the selectmen. So if we can just start with, let's start with fire up here. Sound good? We'll kind of gather over here. Does that work?
I know, that's what I think. I'm the tallest, I'll be in the back.
Stand on a chair for you. Stand on somebody's shoulders.
So we're going to put you guys right over here. Shift over here so we have town of Freetown. Put your back. Maureen, watch your back.
Nicely over there.
So comfortable right here.
Perfect lighting.
Shining right on there. How are you?
Good. Oh, I get to sit in the bed.
Squeeze in.
Squeezing outside.
They want you to stay seated, so you're going to take your seat.
I just saw a picture of that.
Just trying to contribute in some way. Come on in, go.
There you go. I think we're supposed to sit, Carlos. They want us.
So we need some people in here and then some people back. So if you could move forward here.
Chief, why don't you sit in the front?
Yeah, they keep out
Could you
nice.
move forward in between here?
Ashley.
Yeah.
Fire, not police. I'm all
So you're right here, so that way we stagger, right?
You're gonna,
Here we go.
you're gonna.
Stand behind Travis later.
You're good, you can stay. I think. Is there a way for Lola to
Chief,
turn
Al,
on
you
the
want to
screen?
sit? You don't want to sit?
Keep after him.
Come in a little bit more. Come on.
It does.
Make believe you know each other.
Over on this side, how's that?
Not blocking you.
How do you shut this off?
Come on, Nina, get in here.
Carly,
What do
did
you
you get
think,
everybody?
Coming in, Jared.
All right.
Let me come here, I'm little. Not little, but I'm short.
Great, now you all have town of Freetown above your heads.
Look at this.
That's good.
I don't know what one to look at.
I know. It's always in the pot.
Coach, this is great. This is usually Lola. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We all stay put, the department will leave.
Yeah.
They'll bring somebody else up.
All right, next up,
Now, Chief.
Highway Department.
You're gonna bring everybody up, all the different groups, is that it?
I'm putting the right letter.
You know him?
Something
Oh,
you guys
you
need
got a
to
twin.
pay for.
Look at this one. What's going on, bud?
You know. Hey, young man, how are you, sir? Good.
Yes, sir.
Very well. You know, if we could get you a badge.
Sorry about that.
we would.
No, listen, I want the badge.
Give him a taser.
Huh? I'll be in a minute.
That's good.
Making this.
You guys can go in front of me. That's usually what I do.
Deb,
All right, guys.
You're gonna like these gifts. Well, you
very possible.
I didn't want to tell you that.
Where you going?
I do that roll over the coat.
Yeah, I roll over the coat and then I'm stuck.
All right.
Been drinking again.
Listen, be giving my secrets
She
out.
wishes.
Awesome.
Thank you. So coordinated.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank
you, guys.
Next up, we have the police.
Police
Chief
department.
Rose. I'm excited.
Yes, listen, I actually have some.
That sergeant, he mentioned, is that the sergeant?
Yeah, you can say it.
Sergeant TJ.
Mom, you might want to move because they're taking pictures.
Thank you. Thank you. So Sergeant, I'm late. My daughter had really 3 days in a row, her parking lot was. You're right next to me. I'm gonna say the same height. To get to a main road, to get the guys she works with. Not Kobe. Every day, and back again.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yep. Even I couldn't get her plowed earlier, you know, like I didn't, you know, it was too big.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Dispatch.
That letter that I read, and I could make copies for all the. I'll take care of it. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This facility is just going to be Carl.
Do Carl, Rebecca.
Yeah. We'll do them together.
Like when you least expect it, you have no idea what these people are doing, right? That's great, that's squeeze in.
Tightens it up.
Here we go.
Yep. Tight on that group.
Dispatchers, that's right, really.
Couldn't have done it without her.
Perfect.
And
then Carl, and Rebecca, will do you guys?
Carl and Rebecca.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I think so. I felt some big hands on my shoulders. I think it was his.
Thank you.
Nice and tight.
Small department, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's everybody.
Camera didn't break. All right.
All right. So then. So should we do a 5-minute recess, or what?
Maybe just 5 minutes.
Okay. Everyone got their.
Do a recess, yeah.
Yeah, just 5 minutes.
I don't think
You got
we
a
need.
vote to go into recess? Or you
Well,
just wanna
technically, the thing has to keep
let the
recording.
cameras
So we will recess.
Look at this. That's a winner.
Yeah.
That's Carhartt.
And then that way.
Just like interesting emotion. Should I do it?
Because then we don't have to continue to record throughout this, like this part of it.
Okay.
5 minutes.
So I'll entertain a motion to go into a 5-minute recess.
A motion made?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No. All right, so we're now back in open session. So I actually did prepare a little speech today, and I think it's my first time doing this. So here we go. So good evening, everyone. So since everyone in this room pretty much already knows me, I'll keep this very simple. So tonight marks my final meeting as serving on the Board of Selectmen for the town of Freetown, and it's hard for me to put into words what these past 6 years have meant to me. When I first ran, my goal was simple. It was to build a community where I would be proud to raise a family. Standing here today, I truly believe we've done that. Over the past 6 years, we've faced challenges that tested all of us. COVID, infrastructure needs, legal matters, and a few blizzards, as mentioned tonight. But through it all, this town showed resilience. Together, we secured critical grants for sewer expansion and bridge repairs, completed important capital improvement projects like additions to the fire station and council on aging, and renovations at the town hall, and expanded services, including the regional food pantry, and worked through and resolved complex legal issues that could have held us back. We also remained fiscally responsible. maintaining balanced budgets while still making meaningful investments in our town. One of the things I'm most proud of is that we were able to increase compensation for our employees, recognizing the people who keep this town running every single day. But I cannot in good faith take credit for any of these accomplishments. They belong to the elected and appointed officials, the volunteers, and the dedicated employees of this town. They belong to the state officials who supported us along the way, some of who are in this room tonight. Thank you for your partnership and commitment to Freetown. My fellow board members, while we did not always agree, we always respected each other. We never let one vote define the next, and we stayed focused on doing what was best for the town. I may have not always looked forward to every single agenda, but I did always look forward to working through the issues with you folks. I want to give a special thanks to our town administrator, Debbie Petty, and her team, Luann and Lola. Your professionalism, organization, and dedication made my job significantly easier, and the town is better because of you. And finally, to my family, thank you for your patience, your support, and your understanding the many long nights and meetings. I could not have done this without you. Freetown is a special place, and while my time in this role is coming to an end, my commitment to this community is not. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. And so according to my agenda now, Jared, Carlos, and Deb will speak.
I'm the first one, right? So I'm the lucky one who gets to follow that. I promise mine is short and sweet. Good evening, everyone. Tonight we are here to honor Trevor, a great man and friend. Trevor has been on the board for the past 6 years and a chair for the past 5. With Trevor as chair over the past, with Trevor as chair for over the past 5 years, this board has many great accomplishments, and no short part thanks to him. Your forward-thinking and decision-making will leave a lasting impression on this town for years to come. Your ability to allow everyone to be heard while keeping the meeting moving forward is second to none, especially when you are hungry. Trevor, as I'm sure you have heard this a time or two before during your time here, this truly can be a thankless job. So from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you for the service to this town. You will be missed by this board and the town. Thank you.
All right, I guess I'm up. All right, I've known Trevor for about 4 years now, 5 years. He's been the chair of our committee, our board here. Not only is he a watch aficionado and a snazzy dresser, he also has some grit. Like many before me and those after me, we were elected on a Monday. Well, on Tuesday, you begin work. And my first day at work here in the town of Freetown was sitting upstage with Trevor while we were talking with the residents of Alexandria regarding Excel. And one of the first meetings we had folks with bags of potentially contaminated material thrown at us, right, to make sure that we're doing our job. Well, that's a good metaphor for the next 4 years. We've had things, highs and lows, get thrown at us, right? We all have. And Trevor's been there as our chair, making sure we made it through. We made it through as a town, as one team, in one fight. Trevor, thank you, and Godspeed while you're golfing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's truly an honor to sit before you tonight and recognize my boss and the chair of the Board of Selectmen, Trevor Matthews. Trevor was part of the board that hired me and gave me the chance to demonstrate how I could help the town, and for that, I'm incredibly grateful. From day one, he's been supportive, approachable, and genuinely a pleasure to work for. Over the past 5 years, we have faced many issues, and some of them very difficult, and I could always count on Trevor to approach each one with integrity, impartiality, and common sense. Trevor is a great leader. He is kind, he's thoughtful, smart, and I'm proud to call him my friend. Trevor, on behalf of all of us, thank you for your leadership, support, and dedication to this town. You will be missed, and we wish you the best. I think we have a plaque, maybe?
I don't know what happens next.
That's right, we have a different agenda.
I originally thought I was going to be over here, so I brought it over here, so naturally. So, Trevor, on behalf of the town, we have a plaque to present to you. It says, in appreciation of your dedication and service to the town of Freetown as Selectmen, 2020 through 2026.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
If not, we can have our representatives, state and local, come on down.
Trevor, the words that were spoken here today are all true, but I just want to comment to the residents of Freetown. We're supporting players in this role. We support the town whenever Deb calls, or the select board calls, or Rebecca calls, or the chiefs. We're here to help and do whatever we can. But on a day-to-day basis, to have someone spoken of with that integrity, kindness, hardworking, those are incredible qualities. And in this political environment, you know, the way the world is today, to have someone in your town working for you in that manner is, does not go unnoticed. It is sometimes rare, but it is always valued and appreciated. So you will be missed. You'll be missed by us as well. And on behalf of all of us here, we're going to present you with this citation, although you're all familiar with the citation tonight by now. But this one is to you for your dedicated service to the town of Freetown. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Obviously, we didn't get to work together that much, being I'm a rookie. Carol's been here a couple more terms. I do a lot through Debbie, of course, but it's going to be sad to see you go, and we appreciate everything you did for the town. Wish we could work with you longer, but I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take
And
care.
can I just say, one of the first times I met Trevor, it was during a cleanup, the Freetown cleanup that you do. And, you know, I showed up to do my part, and there he was, right there, picking up. We had the stick, the bag, the gloves, and, you know, so again, some people talk the talk, and Trevor walk the talk. So very, very, very valued.
April 11th, Carol, April 11th, come on down.
I almost said it.
Oh, boy. All right. Hey, Carly.
When the date works, it works. Let me do the other side.
Okay. Thank you.
So again, from Senator Roderick's office, one of my great pleasures in doing the job is being able to be here at these special moments to congratulate somebody upon an accomplishment. 6 years of public service on a volunteer basis, elected by your peers is quite an accomplishment and a great stepping stone for many things to come in the future. On behalf of the State Senate, this is an official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to Selectman Trevor R. Matthews in recognition of your 6 years of devoted and dedicated service to the town of Freetown, and be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success, that the citation be only signed by the President of the Senate, attested to and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate, and it's signed by President Spilka, the clerk, and your senator, Senator Roderick, who says congratulations and thank you for your service.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
That's everything, right?
So you guys want to do a motion to adjourn? And
Yeah, I also, my campaign manager, Erin, here is here, so I think a special thanks should go to her. So I wouldn't have been here if. Good job. Okay, so with that, I think for the last time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion made.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.